Medicine has been important throughout history. It has given people longer lives and saved them from terrible incidents and diseases. Life expectancies continue to rise as the medical field continues to grow. Medicine can look like many different things, such as spiritual, medications, or diet practices. The way most people think about the term medicine today is x-rays, vaccines, medications, vitamins, but most don't know that Greek history has a role in where we are now. Greeks had different healing practices and rituals. Some of these practices and rituals come straight from the god of medicine, Asclepius. Some version of his story referred to Asclepius more as a demigod or mortal than a true god because he was born to a mortal woman named Coronis. Apollon fell in love with her and immediately had intercourse with her, leaving Apollo as the father. Asclepius was raised by the centaur Chiron, who taught him about healing and hunting. Athena, the goddess of war, gave Asclepius the blood of Medusa, which he used to heal and revive mankind. Asclepius mastered the art of healing so much that it was threatening to Zeus. Zeus was afraid that men might learn the art of medicine from Asclepius and help each other out, so he hit him with a thunderbolt. Asclepius' father Apollo, angry, forced Zeus to bring him back and place him in the sky as a constellation now known as Ophiuchus. Asclepius is known to use his father's divine powers to receive information about new medical herbs or drugs and will pass it down to his students and sons. This sparked the worshipping of Asclepius and hope of being healed and gaining medical knowledge. They built sanctuaries in his honor, with the most well-known being the Sanctuary of Asclepius at Epidaurus. The Sanctuary of Asclepius started as an honorary sanctuary to Asclepius, but now is even considered the birthplace of modern medicine. People would travel far distances to take part in the rituals that took place at these sanctuaries. The sanctuary houses a place for travelers to stay while they participate in the healing rituals. Some of these rituals include a ritual meal with the god, where they sacrifice an animal for a feast and offer the other half to the god. According to Pindar Pythian, people would come to Asclepius with all kinds of sicknesses and injuries, such as sores from plagues or those wounded from weapons, and would be healed by Asclepius. He would cure some with the gently songs of incantation, others he cured with soothing draughts of medicine or wrapped their limbs around with doctor's salves. This imagery allows us to see that Asclepius might have wrapped cuts in a cloth with a healing ointment to heal, just as we do now for people with cuts or sores. Today we use antibiotic creams and band-aids over small cuts, which help the wounds not get infected and heal faster. It also says he had different medications to heal people, which suggests some of our medication may be an evolved version of what he used to treat his patients. Lots of our medicine has evolved from healing herbs that were used in our history. My next Greek artifact that allows us to see Greek medicine is the marble plaque sculpture called the Parturian Scene, which can be dated back to 400 BC. Depictions of birthing scenes were typically used to show women that giving birth is a positive thing that they should not fear. By showing the women content and a healthy baby, the women are less likely to be fearful of the act of giving birth. This artifact relates to my theme of medicine because there are examples of ancient medicine in the sculpture. We could see the midwife using a rag to clean the woman after giving birth. This practice of cleanliness helps prevent infection and disease. The midwives wear gowns to protect themselves and the patient from the blood and elements of the birth, just as doctors and nurses wear medical gowns today. As ancient text called the Plato Republic is an example of how medicine has been passed down through generations. The author says to have restored to health as Asclepius did, or what disciples of the medical art he left after him, Asclepius did his descendants. In this quote, we can see how Asclepius really made an impact on medicine and passed down his knowledge through his followers. This means Asclepius' form of medicine was passed down through generations and evolved into parts of medicines today, making him part of our medical history. All of these ancient artifacts and texts are just a few examples of how we can draw connections from our medicine today to ancient Greek history. As we continue to evolve in our medical practices, we must thank the Greeks for the contribution to today's life-saving medicine.